Welcome back, Cougars. This is Mr. York. This is part 5 of 6 in this series on Introduction to Final Cut Pro. In video 4, I said that we were trying to get to these buttons up here, but never had a chance to quite get there, so let's start there today. If you look at the video that we have here, you can see that last time we finished adding a little bit of an intro with some titles. We did transitions and effects. We talked about a lot of the other buttons. And now we need to move on. Unfortunately, in this video that we're working on, there isn't a whole lot of action. This is actually a documentation of the different projects that people did in Project Lead the Way this year, which is fine, but it doesn't work real well for the buttons I'm about to show you guys. It serves great as a background, and so I'm going to use it for that, but I also want to add some other stuff. So let's go over importing some footage again. I'm going to import some action shots from our latest basketball game so you guys can kind of check out how these buttons work. There are 3 buttons up here at the top, and I'm actually going to start on the right. This is that looks kind of like a speedometer or a chronograph, and that does slow, fast, normal, reverse, and so that'll be a lot more exciting to do something that has some action in it. So let's go to import, and I already know where I'm going to look. I actually have an external drive plugged in, so I'm hoping that it's here. If not, I'm going to have to stop this recording and go back if I can't find it. But if we go to desktop, we should be able to locate it. If you go back to I believe the second or first video maybe, I talked about how to import stuff and knowing where your files are. So what I'm looking for right now is my external drive, which should be on my desktop. I'm going to go check it out real quick just to make sure that we're actually not wasting our time. There it is right there. Sometimes it's easier if you just go and find the footage first, throw it on your desktop so it's there for you, since it's not seeing my drive right away. If I go to Chaparral, I can go to Basketball, which I believe was the day before Valentine's Day. I have a folder that says good, and I'm just going to throw that on the desktop real quick. It'll take a second for that to load. Then I know it's there. I can move it back later or delete it after I'm done with all this. Let's go back to import, which is the arrow. There's the folder that says good. I'm going to click on the drop down. And there are several good files in here, but I believe the one that I actually want to try today is one of these here. So I've got 2 of them here, 4.5 and 4.6, and I'm just going to hold down Shift again to make sure that I can select more than one at a time. And I'm going to import selected, and now they're up here. Let's check them out real quick and see what we've got, and then I'll show you what I can do with them. And this would be kind of a fun exercise for later on when we're doing basketball. And that works out really well. So let's talk about the different tools that we can use. And again, I'll try to keep this down to 10 minutes. Hopefully a little bit shorter than that because this is going to be real specific. And then the next video, I'll get more into titling and try to help you out with that. So let's take a look. As I go through, you notice that I've got my video scrubbing on, but my audio skimming is turned off. And I'd like to turn off my audio as well, so I'm just going to take my audio and take it down. I can also click on something else besides this video, hit my headphones, and it'll turn off the audio for this one, but I can still use the video. So if I'd rather do that, I can. I can hit Command Z and bring my audio back. Oops. Let's turn that off for a second. There we go. And let's put that back in. There we go. There's my clip, which I accidentally got rid of. If I click on this and hit the headphones, that'll turn off the audio for this one, but I can still see it, and that way we can work, and you don't have to listen to the crowd cheer as Malcolm Bell gets a really cool layup. So trying to figure out where to actually start and stop this. I can go to blade. I'm going to blade this right when he comes in, so I'm going to say right there. And then I want to blade it again over here. And now I'm going to go back to A, and what I've got is this piece in the middle. The piece in the middle is what I want to slow down. Now this seems counterintuitive a little bit, but if you go half, that's 50%. That's a regular slow-mo. If you do 25%, that's a quarter of the regular speed. That's really slow. And if you go 10%, that's like 90% slowed down, if that makes any sense to you. So I'm going to hit 50%, just do a 50% slow-mo. This is what it looks like. And you can try them all and see which one you like best, but here's what we got. There's our slow-mo. He runs away. and then everything goes back to regular speed. I'm not sure I really like that, to be honest. I feel like I want him right there to start back in regular speed, so I think I'm going to take it, I'm going to undo that for a second. There we go. And let's take a look. Right now it says, I believe, that it's at normal, right? I'll just make sure. In fact, it says something right there, but you can't see it, so I'm going to zoom in. And you'll see that it says normal 100%. There we go. Now we can work with it a little bit. And what I'd like to do is take that and let's change this just a bit. So I'm going to go step back 1, and let's see where I want to actually blade that second spot. Probably right after he does the layup. So I'm going to say right there. He sees it, and then we're done. Let's do it right there. Now I can go back and take this, and we're going to slow it down 50%, and that should look a lot better. Comes in for the layup, slow-mo, and then back down. There you go. Back to regular speed. And that's pretty cool. That's action. Now, let's talk about some of the other things that we can do. I'm going to grab another video. Let's put this one over here. Again, featuring our good friend Malcolm. If you're watching this video in later than 2019, he was an 8th grader in 2019. I guess I should probably say that. That's where this footage is from. We got a crazy spin move, and let's see what we can do with that one. Don't know why he decided that that was what he needed to do right there, but that's cool. Sure looks good though, doesn't it? Alright, so right there is where I'm going to get it. There's my spin. Boom. One of the things that I can do on this is I can take any footage and I can duplicate it simply by using my cut and paste tools or copy and paste tools. So if I have that clip selected, I can... Actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this stuff for a second because I don't think I need anything after that. Let's go to right there. I'm going to trim all this down to right there. So this is, you can see him run out of frame. That's where I want it to be. So I'm going to get him going out of frame, and that's it. And then that trims things down just a little bit. So let's go back to command on my keyboard because I'm working on a MacBook Pro. It's Command C. On yours, if you're working with a Windows keyboard, it's going to be Windows C, and that will copy it. To paste it, you have to go after the footage, usually right after it, and paste, and it should be fine. If you do it in the middle of the footage that you're actually copying, it'll give you like 3 clips for some reason, or 2 clips. It's really strange, so just make sure that you're after that clip and you'll be fine. So now we have the same clip twice. What I want to do in this one is I want to take it and make it backwards. So let's take this one and reverse it just by hitting reverse clip, and now we've got this. I think that's fun. We're going to take and let's clip it. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to paste it one more time. So now we have it actually 3 times. And again, I think I chopped that one. And see, this is what it does. It gives you this weird little clip right here. So you just have to be careful. I'm just going to go back and delete it. And let's make sure that we have what we want. He comes up, he goes back, he goes forward, and then he gets a shot. And that's what we're looking for. In fact, let's take this second one and we'll go through and slow it down as well the second time. So he goes up, he goes back, and slow-mo, and then real speed, and he's out of frame. And that's what we want to be able to do. So that's it, doing action with the speedometer. I'm going to stop right there for now and come back and do the other 2. So tune in to the last part of this series for those buttons. Thanks so much for watching. Again, MrYork.org.